In the waning months of the Galactic Civil War, the neutral Mandalorian people have united under one banner. With Bo-Katan as their leader, all the houses and clans have come together for a more prosperous Mandalore. The Mandalorians' own civil wars are over. The pacifist new Mandalorians were defeated during the Clone Wars by Maul and his super commandos, and Maul and his remnants of Death Watch have been defeated by the Night Owls. The remainder of Death Watch decides to give her a chance. They have seen that civil war has done nothing but made them weaker. But is peace really just around the corner? Today, on Star Wars Fanatic. Sabine Wren's reconnection with her family and the retrieval of the Darksaber has made a huge impact on the Mandalorian leadership and the society as a whole. She didn't see herself as Death Watch, nor New Mandalorian. She just saw herself as a Mandalorian, and everyone took notice. As Bo-Katan looked out across the desert that was the farmlands of Mandalore, she wishes to herself that this peace had come sooner. Before Maul, before the civil war with Tar Vizsla and Death Watch. She then wonders why she got mixed up with Pre Vizsla and his Death Watch in the first place. Bo-Katan doubts herself. It wasn't her that brought this peace. She was just there to step in as the leader when they needed one. The credit goes to Sabine and Ursa Wren. But there they are, at peace. And Bo-Katan Kryze is insistent on keeping it that way, to carry on her sister's dream, only slightly modified. To be a good leader means to hear your people, not just rule because you are the ruler. Lead by example. She implements a strategy to satisfy all, or at least most Mandalorians. She knows the history of Mandalore well. She knows they have always been warriors. To take this out of their lives would mean to take their purpose away from them. But she realized too much warrior tradition would make them crave power as individuals or factions again. She consulted with Sabine just before Sabine set off to find the Jedi Ezra Bridger. Sabine knew the inner workings of the Rebel Alliance and how it became victorious against the Empire. They didn't win through pacifism. They ultimately won through strength, but also unity, one cause. So she adopted some of the ideas. Let the Mandalorians be warriors. It's what they are best at. But teach them strength in unity. Of course, she would allow them to be bounty hunters, mercenaries, and private security details if they so chose. And a lot of them did choose that. However, they had to pay homage to the homeland. A percentage of their earnings was to go back to their families and clans on the Mandalorian homeworlds in order to rebuild for the good of Mandalore. She also made everyone pledge the same code and creed. If they were to abandon that creed as warriors, they would be stripped of their armor and made to return to their families as infrastructure workers. Some chose that path, but some could not shake their warrior instincts and followed the creed. All was going well. Peace like Mandalore had not seen, both internally and with the Empire on its way out. Their neutrality was safe. They didn't join the Empire, and they wouldn't join the New Republic when it gets established. The Empire is not quite to the point of defeat. They still have some fight, a lot of it. At least this is what Admiral Versio and Moff Gideon believe, as they execute Operation Cinder throughout the galaxy. They're making examples of many systems who have fallen in line with the rebellion, and those systems they see as weak for not bringing total victory for the Empire. But they like to tease the system a little first, if they thought they were a special case. Their next stop, Mandalore. The Empire had that planet during their height, with Gar Saxon as the regent of the world. He kept them under control. Yes, they heard there were uprisings from time to time, but they were small and ineffective, until one person united them, and Gar Saxon and his garrison was defeated. How dare these primitives not accept Imperial rule? They will pay for this. This was one of those special planets that needed to be teased a little before being burnt into vapor and dust. As Versio and Gideon's fleet prepare, they get all the forces ready that are at their disposal. Stormtroopers, Death Troopers, TIE Fighters of all class. Then, they make the jump to light speed. As Bo-Katan practices with her sparring partner, Rook Kast, she hears a boom and looks up. 3 Star Destroyers appear out of hyperspace just outside Mandalore's atmosphere. Then, 2 light cruisers. Finally, something smaller and cylindrical. What is happening, she thought. The Empire should be running from the New Republic. She runs inside and turns on her comms. All available hands, she shouts, we are under attack. TIE bombers are the first to arrive, blanketing everything they can. The shields of the city are too strong, though. Then, the transports land just outside. Troops, walkers, tanks, and they are ready for battle. The Mandalorian leadership has been caught off guard. The Empire easily gains access to the city, but Mandalorians are waiting by the thousands, and thousands more are coming from all directions. Jetpack exhaust lining the midday sky. Fighting begins immediately. Rockets, blaster bolts, and bodies piling up along the streets and rooftops. Both sides are suffering great casualties. Then, Bo-Katan sees it. How could this be? Sabine destroyed that. Yet there it was, the Duchess. A weapon designed to target Mandalorian Beskar, heating it to the point of vaporizing its wearers. It fires. Hundreds of Mandalorians dissipate instantly. Empty armor falling from the sky, collapsing on the ground. There is no way to fight this. Bo-Katan and her lieutenants retreat indoors. Let them come inside to fight. Out in the open has now become too deadly. Moff Gideon sees her. He has snuck in on a lone speeder bike, dismounts at the Capitol's entrance, and heads inside before the rest of the Empire catches up. Guards are short work for him. The weapon he carries is an ion disruptor and blasts through their armor. He makes his way inward. One Mandalorian after another falls. Then he sees her again, Bo-Katan, and she is holding his prize, the Darksaber. She jetpacks down to him and slices at him. He dodges, he shoots, but misses. This Mandalorian is too fast. She slices at him again and cuts his weapon in 2. Just as her motion hits the bottom of her reach, he grabs the bottom of her helmet and pulls her head to his knee. Blackness, then unconsciousness. Bo-Katan is out. Moff Gideon picks up the retracted Darksaber and leaves. When Bo-Katan awakes, she will remember who bested her and who took the Darksaber. When Bo-Katan comes to, she is in an Imperial transport. She and 2 others, Koska Reeves and Axe Woves. She sees her planet behind them, smoking, burning. Her humility will have to wait. With a quick nod to her comrades, they spring to life, easily taking out their stormtrooper captors. Then, overtaking the cockpit. Their escape from the convoy was not easy, but they managed to get back to the surface. They found a Mandalorian fighter and fled the system, just as fire rained from the sky. The Purge of Mandalore had begun. Okay, so I decided to make a few short fan fictions to fill in some gaps in my own canon. This is just the first of the Purge of Mandalore. I know I'm not the storyteller that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are, but I'm going to have fun with this. So, let me know in the comments below what you think about this idea. Should I continue, or does this fill in enough for you? I'd love to hear from you. I do read every comment and try to respond to every one of them that I can. If you're new to the channel, or haven't made the commitment yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date with my Boba Fett, Bo-Katan Kryze, Mandalorians, and general Star Wars content. Also, hit the thumbs up to show your love and support for what I do here and how much work I put into each video, and share the video with a Star Wars fan. Let's see if we can get this video up to 2,000 views. Thank you for watching, and remember, this is the way, the only way.